Hey everybody, my name is Adam Sachs. I'm the founding CEO of Vicarious Surgical, and yeah, really excited to be talking to you today. So let's see if I can figure this out. Quick disclaimer, because we are going public in SPAC transaction, bringing in 460 million, be over 400 million on our balance sheet after expenses. So we're incredibly excited to be partnering with D8 Holdings for this really exciting transaction. It will be transformative for our company. So before diving into the details of what we're doing, I think it's really important to talk just for a minute about what exists in surgery today and the history of surgery, which many of you probably already know. And of course, it starts with open surgical procedures. So in open surgery, surgeon takes a scalpel, quite literally opens up the patient, and can operate with their own hands. They can see with their own eyes, but unfortunately, most of the injury comes from that incision, not from the work done in the organs. Of course, that's what minimally invasive surgery is all about. It's about decreasing injury to the patient by making 3 to 5 small incisions, driving hernia rates, complication rates down to about 1%. But unfortunately, that then really transfers those complications from the patient to the surgeon and to the hospital. All of a sudden, the surgeon now can't see, they can't operate with their own hands, and they're forced to triangulate between multiple incisions with motion that pivots across the abdominal wall. This is still true in legacy robotic procedures that occur all over the world today. And in all of these procedures, the surgeon needs to actually design the motion of the surgical robot for every procedure based on where they put the incisions and where they want to operate inside the abdomen. There have been a few attempts to resolve this by going to single port, the idea that you put everything in through one single incision, and all of a sudden you've gotten past the abdominal wall. But unfortunately, everything in single port today has been built, almost everything's built on flexible robotic technology. It ends up with 2.5 centimeter incisions, actually getting back up toward open surgery complication rates. And on top of that, these procedures end up with very small operating areas, only straightforward, very limited motion, and incredibly high cost. So of course, after 20 years of robotics, 40 years of MIS, we are still doing mostly open surgery, even within the procedures that are addressable by surgical robots today. There are a lot of reasons for this, but it really comes down to high cost, $2 million, plus dedicated operating rooms, plus construction. They're incredibly difficult to use. It takes over 100 procedures to learn how to set up a legacy surgical system, a multi-port surgical robot. And that really comes down to the surgeon, again, having to learn how to create the motion based on where they want to operate for every procedure in order to avoid collisions inside the abdomen, collisions outside the abdomen, and get good triangulation. All of this, plus limited capabilities, leads to very low utilization. Only 3.2% of those addressable procedures are performed with surgical robots. We really believe to get past this, to drive real, meaningful adoption of surgical robots worldwide, we need something that addresses all of these and really checks all of the boxes for surgeons, for patients, and for hospitals. So of course, that brings us to what we're doing. Our system is 2 arms and a camera. The arms move with the motion of the surgeon's arms. The camera pans and tilts following the motion, and rolls, following the motion of the surgeon's head. We've invented something we call decoupled robotic actuators that enable us to have not flexible, but truly rigid robots with incredible versatility inside the abdomen, all through a normal laparoscopic incision size of 1.5 centimeters. Once it's inside, though, it has so much capability, more than really anything that's existed in minimally invasive surgery today. Not only can it work wonderfully facing straight forward, but as you'll see in the video in the middle, it can turn left, turn right, reach up, reach down, and even face all the way back, having superhuman mobility and work around the incision site. The 9 degrees of freedom that are inside of the abdomen provide for, it's not at all a coincidence, it's the same joints as wrists, elbows, and shoulders in the human arm, in the surgeon's arm. Now, because we have so much versatility, so much motion inside of the abdominal cavity, we no longer have 4 giant industrial robotic arms outside of the patient. We have 1 small portable system that can move from OR to OR, be set up quickly. We're no longer stuck triangulating to one point between multiple incisions, stuck operating in a tiny little cone straight forward like legacy single port systems. Our technology can work anywhere in the abdomen, facing in any direction from any incision site. We've, of course, done a ton of market research, run a blinded study run by one of the leading firms. The part that I'm really proud of is that the features that surgeons and hospitals love about our technology are the features that are unique to those decoupled actuators, to what we've invented and created. It's that ability to, again, work anywhere, facing in any direction from any incision site, the 9 degrees of freedom, that's the wrists, elbows, and shoulders, the visualization to match. And for the first time for a full robotic platform, we've achieved a breakthrough designation, which most of you are probably familiar with. We've provided compelling evidence to the FDA that we will actually be able to have a clinical benefit where no other technology has succeeded. So with that, I'm a little early, but if you have any other questions, feel free to talk to me afterward. And our website has the full version. You might have noticed from the slide numbers that we skipped a whole lot of slides. The full version is on our website. Thank you.